Hi, welcome back. I'm about to do the tarot cards for the Neptune retrograde that's going to be on the 21st of June, and the Sun is entering Cancer on the 21st of June. So the Neptune retrograde is all about showing us some hard truths about our spirituality, our spiritual beliefs or lack thereof, and about our creativity. It's going to be having a good look at who we are based on our fundamental belief system and showing us whether that still holds for us or not. The Sun is going to move into Cancer, and that's a time for us to be very loving and very understanding and nurturing. And if you want some more information on that, just have a look at the previous video. It's up there on this channel. It talks about in more depth the astrology. Let's get into the tarot and let's see what it's got to say. I'm using the same deck again, and I love this deck. Okay, and because it's Neptune, which has got to do with spirituality, that's why we're using it. And there it is. It's called Shadowscapes Tarot. Whoops, bring it on. What was I doing? Shadowscapes Tarot. It's very beautiful, and again, if you haven't seen me use these cards, the detail in it is very fine and very beautiful, so I suggest you stop the screen and have a good look at it and see the detail. It's an amazing deck. I'll put the details down below. Okay, so let's see. We've already got some cards popping out, and I'm giving them a good shuffle because, as you saw earlier, I used them in the deck. In the tarot reading before. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, nice. So we've just had the Knight of Wands pop out, the Star, and the Justice card, which is quite a lot, really, the first few cards. Oh, there we are. Nice. Followed by the Wheel of Fortune, which popped out again with the full moon. But it is a change. Oops, and there is a card that just popped out, and I was so busy talking to you I missed it. So I put that down. Ooh, the Magician. Wow. Okay. I'm just checking to see if there's any more, and I've just got the word enough. Okay, beautiful. I thought that the tarot cards that done just a little bit about a couple of hours ago for the full moon and Neptune with those strong oppositions and squares. I thought that was something, but this deck, what can I say? Okay, so starting the environment we're starting with is the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups talks about new beginnings and new starts, and new starts to do with what we love, how we value what we value, and how we're seen to be valuing things. So this is talking about the Ace of Cups. So it's continuing on that look at us about what it is that we're interested in, what is it that fulfills us, and what gives us our love for that. So it's really fabulous to see this coming together. We start off with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is an interesting card. This is the Knight of Wands is quite active in a lot of these. The Knight of Wands is not so in a lot of tarot packs, the Knight of Wands is not as active as is in this one, but you can see it's hunting. And remember, we did speak about that the full moon is in Sagittarius, the sign of the hunter, so it's about expansion and moving quickly and exploring. So this is the environment that we're in now. This is closely followed by the Star card, and the Star card sometimes talks about this being the wish card for the major arcana, but the Star card is looking at plentifulness and spiritual growth, and the fact that we're replenishing ourselves, and there's heaps. There's no shortage. We're in plentiful mode, and we can keep expanding and expanding. So in many ways, the Star card is the high density, high volume Nine of Cups card, the wish card, and this is no exception to that. And this is then also followed by the Justice card that talks about rebirth and new beginnings. So it is talking here about an opportunity with the Neptune retrograde for us to be really rethinking and repositioning ourselves and beginning some other or new relationship with our spiritual self or our creative self. So I'm really enjoying seeing that card. Okay. Then this is followed by the Wheel of Fortune popped out again. So again, this is a change. It's an ending of one and a new beginning of another. So there's definitely within this retrograde an opportunity for us to really move forward and change some major aspect of our life, and to turn that into a new beginning of some stability, because we're talking major arcanas, and we're talking 3 in a row, which is really something. Then after that, the King of Cups. So it talks about us being able to have a mastery about our emotional state. And you can only have a mastery of your emotional state if you are really comfortable with who you are. You can only be really comfortable with who you are when you face some really hard truths about who you are and what you believe and how you see yourself. So the opportunity is lying there for us to have real mastery over our relationship with spirituality and creativity, and how we see that fulfilling ourselves and sustaining us, because the King of Cups is sustainable emotional security, which sits really, really lovely. Not just to sit lovely with the retrograde, but also sits lovely with the Sun entering Cancer, and us being nurturing and mothering. And remember, I did talk about the possibility that we could also be a little bit overprotective of our loved ones, and particularly those who we see as being in need of our protection. Okay. Beautiful. And we end with the Magician. So not only is it saying to us, here is this opportunity for us to have this wonderful journey, and it is time for us to have this wonderful journey. And this wonderful journey is something new. Yeah, because there it is. Justice, which is often talking about a new beginning, and justice is also talking about a new beginning when we leave those things that were holding us back and tying us down behind. So the justice in many ways is in many ways is also reflecting back on the Fool card, which is 0 card, because justice is definitely talking about new beginnings. But we get the Magician, which is telling you you have got everything you need. Excuse me. Everything. Oh, boy, does this message, it's just, as I was talking about, you have everything you need to go forward. My throat started to pack up, because it is that true. You have everything you need to go forward and make this change. It's calling out to you. It's time, okay? It's time. We're getting supported. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to keep moving it a little bit so you can see it. Yeah, that's a better sign, isn't it? It's supported, so that's a really, really wonderful way for us to begin. We get the card of plenty, renewable card of plenty, of the wish card, of the star card, of putting ourselves forward in a new direction and knowing that it's supported, and there's heaps of love and energy there, and it's all replenishable and renewable. We've got the Knight taking us forward, and this is also referring to the full moon in Sagittarius, which is the hunter, the explorer. So we're hungry and we're looking for more. King of Cups, we're emotionally stable enough and let me just do that, to take ourselves forward should we need to. Isn't that beautiful? Oops. And the Magician. You've got it all. So there you are. So what does that say? Do not be afraid of this retrograde. It is bringing gifts. It's bringing gifts where it's going to highlight those areas that are no longer serving us. It's crammed full of opportunities for new beginnings. It's going to deliver for us in ways that we can only imagine, and perhaps in many ways only have wished for, maybe in silent, never out loud, but now's the time. And it's just saying it's here for us. How wonderful, how truly wonderful is that? So thank you for tuning in. These are the cards. I'm blown away by this. I think it's going to be a great retrograde, and it's going to deliver the goods. How wonderful is that? And I wish you well on your spiritual development and your journey. And forgive my voice because it's echoing with me in such a way that it's really, it's saying, come on. And because all of this applies to me too. I'm doing it right there with you. Every step of the way, I am right there with you. If you do need a little bit of coaching to either work out how to work with these energies, or you come across something that you'd like to reposition, release or refocus, just get back to me. I'm happy to do life coaching. You can get in contact with me below, or you can just email me, and away we go. And don't forget, you can also do that on my Facebook site. Emerald Blue Phoenix. Have a greatie. Bye.